weren't you a cheerleader back in your day?
Oh, you know it, girlfriend. Yeah, I was an Embraceable Ewe. I was the original from the original Los Angeles Rams cheerleading squad.
That is so cool.
Thanks.
I
Yeah.
was a cheerleader in high school.
I know you were. I mean, I was just this kid, from the San Fernando Valley, thrust in this big arena of professional football, and I love the Super Bowl. I love that. Do you like sports? Do you like football?
I like boys who play football.
Oh,
That was honestly one of my favorite things about being a cheerleader.
real?
Oh yeah, I get to watch the boys. I would sit on the side. Well, I would stand on the sidelines like this, and I would just watch the game. And then I'd hear, "Okay, we're doing this cheer, time to turn." And then I'd be like, "Oh, okay, now I have to look away and look at the crowd." But I just like looking at the boys. It was like having front row seats to cute boys.
Oh. Ooh, come on in.
Let's get down and dirty.
The totally unfiltered, honest.
Up to my brain.
I love your brain.
Stall talk.
Stall talk.
Y'all ready?
When I was in high school, I was like a freshman, so I was really young. So I was still like 15 years old or something. But my boyfriend was the star quarterback. I mean, I was like, and
You were that girl.
I was that girl for a moment.
Wow.
Because then what happened? He dumped me. And
Why?
he dumped me to go with a girl that was Miss Northridge, and she was a varsity cheerleader. And he dumped me, and I was devastated. And I was
Yeah.
devastated. And so I went in the backyard, and I was just sulking. So I sulked. Talk about, see, that's when I was sulking for like a month or two. And I was just so, it was really bad. But anyway, I thought, you know what? I changed my tune in my brain. I said, I'm going to make this guy regret it. Not only is he going
I love that.
I'm going to make him regret it.
I
Not
love a comeback story.
Thanks. So what happened is I lost a bunch of weight. I went to charm school, like a modeling school. I ran for a local beauty contest. I won that. And long story short, I wound up becoming Miss Young America. Then I became a professional cheerleader.
Wow.
And you know what? The guy came back to me. And by that time I was like,
You were
sorry.
too hot shit by then.
I was off and running, but I totally got in show business because the football player dumped me. That is the
Wow.
only reason.
That is like the best comeback story ever. I
Hey,
love that.
You know what?
That honestly, I feel like breakups, as much as they suck, the one positive thing about it is we always get hotter and better after a breakup.
Oh, and look at you,
yeah.
girlfriend.
Oh my god, I had a similar story. No, I just got through a breakup too. He wrote a diss track about me. Yeah, I got a diss track. Imagine hearing all the things somebody doesn't like about you over a song that all your friends get to hear and enjoy on Spotify. Yeah, that was really fun. So I said, fine, you think I'm this, and this? Then bet. I went, no, I'm not. And now I'm too hot for him.
And look at you. And look at you, because you are, every time I see you, you're hotter, girlfriend.
Thank you.
So see, it is.
Thanks,
it's about
babe.
It's about comebacks. It's about Valentine's
Forget
Day.
Miss Northridge. You did Miss America. Excuse her.
There we go. So anyways, we're having my girlfriend, my oldest girlfriend
I'm so excited for this.
Thank you, babe. I know I've been talking to you about her, Irmagaard, and she was growing up. She was my mentor. She was, a bit older than me. And I mean, I was just so gaga in awe of her because she's just gorgeous. Wait till you see her too.
Oh, I can't wait.
And here we have my bestie, my mentor. I'm so excited. This is like it warms my heart to no end. It's Irmagaard Waltz right here, an original Los Angeles Rams cheerleader with me, another Embraceable Ewe.
Greatest. I love that.
Does it feel to you like it was yesterday, or does it feel like it was 30 years ago? Both?
A little longer than that.
Was it? As older women, Cass, the things that you do is you never talk about your age.
Okay.
I'm very happy, frankly, about my age, right? But
And I have no problem with my age either,
Yeah,
so.
I am.
I don't either.
you little thing.
Yeah.
So talking about, we were Embraceable Ewes, and to share with our whole audience, Why did you become a LA Rams cheerleader?
Well, I'd always been in dance, music, theater. It's just something I'd always done. I was on the drill team in high school.
Huh.
And so actually in 1974, I was living in Anaheim, and they had tryouts in the Anaheim Bulletin newspaper for the Southern California Suns World Football Team. So I showed up, and I made the initial team, cheer team, but then a few weeks later they canceled it because the team really didn't go any place.
Oh, there wasn't a football team
It was
anymore.
the World Football League, but I think kind of disbanded rather quickly after that.
Uh-huh.
So then a few years went by, and I saw an ad or in either Variety or the newspaper
Right.
at the Coliseum that they were having tryouts for the Rams cheerleaders. And
Mhm.
everybody at that time, the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders were huge.
Huge.
So everybody was wanting to be a cheerleader at that time. And this was the initial cheerleader group that they were going to have.
Because the only cheerleading group in the country was Dallas.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
And so it was a huge deal when it came to LA.
Big deal. Right.
Yeah.
So I decided to show up. It was an open call at the
Uh-huh.
Coliseum.
Mhm.
And according to whatever media you listen to, there were between 800 and 900 girls there.
Mhm.
That just came in, and very interesting outfits. I'm sure you
But-
remember.
Oh, I wanted to go home
Yeah.
as soon as I got there. And I was in the stands with my mom and said, what am I doing here?
Right.
But to tell you, Cass, this woman has the most gorgeous, gorgeous figure. Her figure is much better than even a Dolly Parton figure. That this woman is just everything,
Yeah.
and so I was so in awe of you. But I know that I was very intimidated. Were you?
A little bit, but I kind of did a little thing when I tried out. I wore these really gauzy little shorts.
Oh,
And
cute.
Yes, very gauzy, and some platform heels, and then I wore a gauzy top with kind of angel wing, things. And what you did was you went down on the platform in front of, I think there were 19 judges,
Mhm.
and you kind
Famous.
of sashayed across,
Okay.
and twirled, and then you went off, and that was what you did. Then they picked 200 from that.
Mhm.
I decided I made the 200, and so did you. So I
Mhm.
decided, well, they're going to have to remember me, so I'm going to wear the same outfit back to the next audition.
Yeah.
And I think it helped.
Mm,
It
mm.
really helped. And to answer your question, I really wanted to be part of that team. The NFL cheerleader, it was a big thing, and it was, the glory and being a cheerleader and having fun. And also, I'm the kind of gal that wants to try something that I haven't done before. And so it's one of the reasons I went to see if I could make it.
It's so fun because I know when we spoke last week and I asked you to be on the show, I've never asked questions like these of you, because I was just so in awe of you, and the fact that you just said that makes sense because you've always been just so strong and determined and looking in front of you, not to the sideways or not behind. Is that true?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I always did things that were kind of maybe off the wall. I was a little scallywag when I was a little girl. And when I was 3 years old, I escaped and went to the circus. When I was 5 years old, I went to a Catholic church and put all the candles out.
You have had quite a life.
Yeah. At 12, I was breaking Mustangs with my girlfriend at the Lazy F Ranch in Stanton. I got my esthetician license, my interior design license. I got my real estate license. So I've been in Africa, as you know, worked in the Chittimaya Mission in Rhodesia, which was Rhodesia at that time,
Mhm.
as a scrub nurse. And I've been on a lot of marlin fishing, which you were there with me.
Yes, we did marlin fishing. And what I want to ask about is you told a really fun story about that. You did this too as a single mom.
I did this as a single mom. Yes.
Yeah.
I think I was the only girl on the squad that had a child. I don't think anybody else did. And I was very fortunate that my mother lived with me at the time.
Ollie. I
Yes.
loved Ollie.
My Ollie, yes. And
Ugh.
so that made it so much easier for me to be able to work because I was still working in the medical field at that time. And to be able to go into LA because we had rehearsals 2 or 3 times a week.
Mhm.
We had appearances, we had night things we had to do, we had the games we had to go to. And so
It's a
I
lot
was
of work.
blessed. I can't imagine what I would have done having had a child and tried to work that out if I'd been by myself.
Mhm.
It'd be tough.
And you also shared a story that I'd never heard, and please share it again for Cass and everybody there of what you did, because when we first went to tryouts, they gave us a clipboard just like this, and you had to fill out all this information
Yes.
about whatever that information was. I don't know.
Well, I think it was the third audition because the first and
Okay.
the second one, they got us down to like 50 or 75 girls. And so they hand us the clipboard and, we had to fill it out. It was a name, address, phone number, where you went to high school, where you went to, college, or where you went to junior high, all that kind of thing. And so I was looking around and I thought, most all of these girls here are probably in their 20s. I can't be 33. So I, without hesitation, just put down I was 24. So then I had to spend almost a half an hour figuring out when I graduated from high school, when I graduated from junior high school, when I went to college, and was sitting there in the stands and going, when did I go to something? Let me see it. And then I had to go home and tell my son, who was 12, you're 7. And he said, don't you think I'm a little big for being 7? And I said, well, you were a big baby. So,
Wow, you had to create like a whole new persona for yourself. How long did you keep that up for?
As far as I know, nobody ever knew.
Wow.
Nobody ever knew.
Hard.
I never, and you put down your driver's license number. I don't remember them ever asking me for my actual driver's license. So, nobody ever challenged me about it or asked me about it or anything. It's just a lot of times when I was with the girls, they'd go, how do you know all these songs? How do you know this? Or how do you know that?
I'm an older soul.
Yes, I have an old soul. Yes, right.
And again, here we are with Pom-Poms and everything else. And I know that you brought something. I want Cass, the pressure of being a cheerleader it's horrendous, because I know that when, we're in these teeny little outfits and we were cheering at the Coliseum at the time, which has 60, 70,000 people more.
Yes.
Wow.
And there you are cheering in this skimpy little thing, but she even brought show Cass. This is, for
these
instance.
are my little pants. This was my waist.
Look at.
I'm trying to find the rest of it.
Wait,
I don't even think one of my thighs would fit in the whole. Oh my, can I see it?
Yeah,
it's like,
I think that even if I cut it in the middle, it wouldn't fit on my leg.
This is like for a Barbie doll.
That's like the size that all of us had to fit in.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
and you had to
These
keep.
are so cute. Wow.
You'd wear those to the streets, huh?
Oh my gosh. Of course I would. If it was like
Yeah.
a little bit bigger, of course I would. Those are really cute.
Well, did you love being a cheerleader?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
But you were right about the pressure, because there was so much pressure, to look
Be
like
that
this,
tiny.
fit in our outfits. We had a lot of appearances that we had to do, so we always had to be on. I called it on stage, right?
We had to learn new routines
all the time.
all the
Right.
time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, as I remember, we were like 3 to 6 times a week, 4 to 8 hours a day.
Right. Yes.
And if you missed a practice on Saturday, you couldn't cheer in the
Right.
game on Sunday.
Yeah.
And you had to be educated about the game of football.
Yes.
Because if you would have your pom-pom in the air when it shouldn't be in the air, you could get fired, which we had a couple girls
who were
that did
pointing
get-
this way when the Rams were running that way.
but we had a couple girls that were fired
Yes,
from the squad.
we did.
So you had to be
So-
educated on the sport. Did you guys get any education with the athletes?
That's why one of the girls got fired, in fact.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
So one girl this is my recollection, but a gal was having a party,
Mhm.
and the girls were all there, and one of the girls went in a room with a player because we weren't allowed to be with our
Right.
players, players,
Okay.
but we could be around the opposing team
Right,
players.
right.
So we were
Okay.
at a party that the opposing team. So they found out she went and did some nasty or something
I
with
think
one
with
of the
more than
players.
one.
With one of the
With
Rams
more-
players.
Did you just
Or
hear
one
what
of
she
the-
said?
More than one?
Yeah.
Go her.
More than one. Yeah.
And she got fired.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And that was huge.
Yes, it was
Wow.
really big. Yeah, at the time.
So then I've been asking Irmagaard that she knew she was coming on, and our show's multi-generational and
Right.
everything else. And so and what do younger people want to know, or how can we also share and benefit and all that together? So I was asking you some of the things, and what's some of your advice or takeaways that you could even share with younger girls today, do you think, from all your experiences?
I would have to say those things would be the things that I set for myself, maybe, but that I think that are important. And I think that one of the things I would say is don't always sacrifice yourself for other people. And I kind of thought about this when I was coming home this weekend. It's kind of like when you're on an airplane and the flight attendant brings the oxygen down and says, put this on yourself before you put it on your child. You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of other people. You can't take care of other people if you're not in a good way,
I was
like that.
really thinking about how you continued to pursue your dreams while you had a child. I feel like I've heard of lots of parents feeling guilty for continuing their own lives. How were you able to do that for yourself, or do you have any advice for those parents?
Well, I did feel guilty because I was away from my
Okay.
son a lot at the time, and I think that because I was older at the time, I had a lot of dreams. But specifically, being an NFL cheerleader was a dream because that, again, was the elite status of everything that was going on. And, you got to meet, stars and legends and sports people and things like that. So maybe my dream was different than somebody else's dream,
Was it for you, was it a stepping stone, or was it a segue, or how did you use the experience of being a cheerleader throughout your life? And I mean, do you still, do you still use it today, do you think?
Well, I think one of the things that I got from being a cheerleader was the camaraderie and sisterhood of 28 other girls who you lived with, who you ate with, you shared with, you danced with, you cried with, you laughed with. That was huge. I mean, that's it's like living in a sorority house,
Yeah.
right?
We
You
were
make
tight.
friends, and they become lifelong friends. So I know a lot of the girls, they still get together in every month, and through a couple of times a year we get together. So I think that was one of the really important things.
That's really
And the other thing
special.
for me too was there was a lot of diverse cultures at that time, and I had not really been around that. That really gave me insight to people's other cultures.
Right.
How was your guys' friendship developed throughout the years?
I think because I took care of her and it just kind of melded.
Oh, okay, now I'll
you
start
know,
crying.
yes.
She always took care of me.
As theirs.
Okay, so done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always took care of me.
What are some
And you
ways
still
that she
take
took
care.
of you?
She, when I had
Emotionally. Yes.
emotionally, but physically
Right.
too. With again, I remember going to her, and I had a back pain. That was a huge deal.
Yeah.
So I had back pain, and the trainer said, the choreographer said, "Oh, you probably pulled a muscle." And then I was at SC, and I go to the gynecologist at USC because I was living on campus, and the gynecologist says, "Oh, you have a large cyst or tumor." And I don't know what it is. So here's my card, and just go back, and we're going to have to get you in in a week or something.
Right.
But if you feel any kind of sudden pain, you need to get to the hospital immediately because you could theoretically die. And that's how what he told me as an 18-year-old girl there.
Right.
And I came back to my sorority house and was just devastated. I told Irmagaard the next day about it, what had happened to me. And she says, you know what? You're going to go see my friend.
Yeah.
And that's how I met Dr. Jerry.
Kind of you know.
Wow.
And she's,
So through the years that's happened, we've gotten together and then we talk, and then when we have issues, we talk. And, yeah.
Well, she's just always been such an inspiration. So would you do it all over again?
Be a cheerleader?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm trying. I just cheered in SoFi in 2023. They had 168 alumni there.
Oh, how cool.
And I can't kick like a rocket, but darn it, I'm going down on that field. One way or the other.
Is there any way that like the team has changed or developed since then, since when you guys first tried out to the women now?
Oh, definitely. I think, yes, there are a lot more rules and regulations. I think very high emphasis on dance.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we did it, I always said we were more like the Ziegfeld Follies girls. And we were like we weren't, David Marish, God bless him. He was the original manager. He said, as we heard when we went to his reunion, his birthday, that he really wanted, we had, I think it was 26 girls or something, but of the most beautiful, every single girl was just gorgeous, gorgeous. And they in a very unique way. Yeah. Everybody filled a different role. Right?
Yes.
And
did they compensate you in any way for all the work that you guys are doing?
We made $15 a game.
Yes.
Dang, y'all were big balling.
We got 2 tickets at the end zone.
Yes. I forgot about that.
Yes.
But the $15 was supposed to cover the price of a hot dog and gas.
Okay, so they fed you.
A hot dog.
A hot dog.
Yes. Yeah, we got a hot dog. And as you were talking about, we had a trailer.
Oh my gosh. We had 20, I was 26 that ended up, but it was in the trailer. So we had 28 girls in a 40-foot RV, 1 mirror, 1 bathroom. There was so much hairspray going around. It was like a beauty contest at a Hobbit house. I'm telling you, it was just filled air there. It was amazing. And that's tough.
Yeah.
Try getting ready with 28 other girls in an RV.
Wow. So I think it's safe to say you guys didn't do it for the money. Why did you guys do it?
I think that partly you did it for fame at the time because the cheerleaders, most of the girls, I think a lot of the girls did it because of the fact that it could provide an entrance to Hollywood, to LA, to movies. We did commercials, we did print work, we did appearances. We had a manager other than David. And just, the fact that everybody wants to be appreciated and loved, and whether you're, a girl walking into a restaurant, you like to have people look at you and, that's why you dress up. That's why you make yourself look great.
Did you feel that way while on the team, appreciated and loved?
By the girls. Not always, I think sometimes that there were times when we struggled with things like, because they called us the Embraceable Ewes.
I was always fine with that, but I'm a farm girl. So I mean, a couple of the girls didn't like it. And I was like, we were called the Embraceable Ewes because...
What is that exactly?
Because
they're the Rams.
Okay. A ram is a male sheep.
Right.
Okay. That's a ram. Mm-hmm. A female sheep is called a ewe.
Okay.
So they called
Embraceable female sheep.
So because they're rams.
Okay.
The rams are cheap.
It makes sense.
So, I mean, and I don't know.
Well, it didn't bother me either, but I think what happened, and if I don't know it, but the press started making kind of, not great remarks about the name. And then sometimes the fans would say things that I thought were a little off color. And I think that probably had a little bit to do why the Rams decided to just call us the LA Rams Cheerleaders.
What were some of your guys' experiences with the fans?
I did it. I just went in and did the job. Yeah. I don't know. I was really tunneled that there was so much. I mean, learning the new dance routines all the time. Again, holding your pom-poms right, having your figure be totally perfect and all that, and looking up at the fans. So looking back on it, if I even had any advice, I would tell people or young girls to try to just breathe,
Right.
stop, breathe, and take in the moment. Because I think for me, so much of my life that I was just racing, trying to do it all myself. I was going to USC. I was,
Right.
studying. I was paying for my education. So I was doing commercials on the side, being an LA Rams cheerleader, all that. But so I just was doing it. I didn't have time to perhaps really enjoy it other than, the camaraderie with the girls. What do you think?
Well, for me, like I say, it was something I did because I wanted to see if I could do it.
The
The fact that I
challenge.
love dance and the challenge of,
Mhm.
being a cheerleader.
Mm-hmm.
So, and as far as, I was thinking about what you said, and like we had a lot of adoration, from fans and everything. I remember one time when Jenilee, we were at a game before the Rams game. We had to go to the practice games at the Coliseum,
Uh-huh.
and she was sitting down at the bottom, and I don't know if you remember this, but she had on these blue jeans and a black leotard sleeveless. It was summertime, I think, or it was warm, and you had to go use the bathroom, the ladies' room, the loo,
The stall. The stall.
Okay, you had to go use the stall, and she got up and walked out, and literally, her blonde hair going like this, and literally they broke out in applause, and they were clapping, and we were all looking, going, "Who is that?" And it was you, Jenilee. See, she doesn't like that.
Just
right?
went over her.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
had,
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Because then again, I was looking at Miss Bombshell here all the time. So, yeah. So,
Did being a Rams cheerleader take your career on to different things?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it can for a lot of women. Well, Jenilee is a prime example, right?
yeah.
I think that helped. Do you think that helped?
I think,
Dallas or-
I think it all helps.
Yes.
Because from being a Rams cheerleader, again, you learn how to work with a bunch of
Right.
people. You had to learn how to perform, how to act. We had protocols. We had moral clauses.
Oh, yeah.
And all that.
Yes.
And that's the thing about even hanging out with Cass. The difference in the generations
Yes.
is that that part's different because we were raised that you don't say certain things.
She's
You
been
don't.
teaching me a lot of that.
Well, and she's teaching me to just come on, just be yourself.
Right.
Which I'm trying, because life's too short, right?
Right.
Do you have any regrets too when I always like to ask us older women too that, is there something you wish you would have done, or do you have any regrets, something that you would share with the younger gals?
I don't have a lot of regrets about anything I've done. I've been pretty positive about everything. I tend to look at life that way. Whether I fall or whatever I do, I usually laugh because, like you said, life is too short.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming on
That
and
was wonderful.
get out your pom-poms.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, here, give me one of these.
Give me one of these.
Those are so
Like,
cute.
yay, right. So we just talked to Irmagaard. I loved having her on.
That was so special. I loved that. Your
Thank-
guys' relationship was so cute.
But like you talk about your friends, she's my bestie, so now, and you're my bestie, so we're three besties.
I love that. We're like a little throuple. I love it.
A throuple. Okay, so there's another story that I do like collectibles in that whenever I do something or go somewhere, I love having, I don't know, we
Like
call
a
them
souvenir?
Yeah, I was going to say trinkets or something. But anyway, knowing that she was coming on and we had the Super Bowl theme,
Yeah.
I grabbed a few things from my house and
Okay.
thought, oh my gosh, I wonder if I should share this. So here it is.
Okay.
And look at this.
Is this
so
a skirt towel?
yes,
Oh, cool.
a skirt towel so it says Los Angeles Rams
Mm-hmm.
locker room.
Okay.
This is the skirt towel that the players wear.
This is the boys'
This is
towel.
the boys.
Oh.
I dated one of the players,
And you kept his towel.
and I kept that towel.
I love it.
And so that towel goes back, but that's what. So when
That
you
towel's
when-
seen some days.
and see, Oh my God.
I
Oh, see,
love
Los
that.
Angeles Rams.
Wait, so did you ever take the towel off of him?
Oh, honey. Yeah, we do. Well, you know me. I like to get naked anyway. That I'm a nakedness girl. But yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, can you believe that? I thought,
I
oh
love
my
that.
gosh, I've never shared that with anyone, my fan, and no one knows. It's like, what a weird thing for me to save, though, right?
No, I love that. That's a great thing to save. I take souvenirs every time I go to a Sneaky Link's house too.
Anytime you go where?
When I see a booty call? Is that what you would call
Oh,
it?
what was the first thing you called
So
it?
whenever I go to a boy or a man's house or whatever, I
Yeah.
always take a souvenir. I'm always like, oh, it's cold. Do you have a hoodie?
No.
Yes. I always take something. I have shorts. I have hoodies. I have blankets. I have like 3 blankets now that I've gotten from guys. But one of my favorite things to do
Yeah.
is when another new boy comes over to my house and like they want to be in cozies, I'm always like, oh my gosh, I have something you can wear.
And did they question you?
No, and then they put on another guy's outfit that I previously fucked, and I don't tell them. But like in my mind, that shit is so funny. It is so funny to me. But I mean, maybe now they know. But yes, I do that sometimes for fun.
Oh, silly. So, as Aunt Jenilee says,
Mhm.
I always want to learn something new every time we talk or have a day
Mhm.
together. So, what did you learn from Irmagaard?
I learned that she was able to balance her life between being a mom and still following her dreams. I thought that was really cool because personally, like I see a lot of people in my hometown having kids and they never left or did anything but have kids, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that does not seem like something that I want to do for my path. For them, if that's what makes them happy, that's great." But that's why that kind of scares me because I'm like, I want to, live my life and do all these things before that ever happened. Not that I have any contenders right now, but I want to live my life to the fullest before that. But it was cool to see that she was able to do it all.
You can do both, huh?
That was really cool. But it was also special that she had a support system to be able to do that as well.
Which we need
Mhm.
desperately all the
Mhm.
time. We have to have our girlfriends, our boyfriends, family, however we get that support, right? And
Yes.
wherever we get it from. So, yeah, but it was really special. And I'm glad that you got to see it and share
It
it
was
too.
really cool. I know you
Thank
talk
you.
about her all the time, but to
Thank
actually
you.
see her and have her on the show was special.
Thank you. Thank you for embracing her.
Of course.
Yeah, I love you.
One day you'll meet my besties.
Oh, I can't wait to be with all the girls.
Oh my gosh, you'd probably have
More-
to plug your ears for the conversations I have with my friends.
Fabulous. Fabulous. And I want to go to the next dog party too.
Oh, I
So,
can't wait. Trending up, trending down.
what?
Hey guys, it's that time again, trending up and trending down with Stall Talk. So we just had the Grammys. I don't know if you've seen that clip going all around the internet with the Associated Press. They were on live filming an interview with Babyface while they were at the Grammys. And Chaperone, we love her. She walks by and one of the interviewers completely cuts off the person that she was interviewing to go speak to Chaperone. And I was like, wow, that was so rude. And, lots of times I try not to judge and, put myself in other people's shoes. And it reminds me of, as you guys know, I also do red carpet interviewing as well. And we have at least the team that I work with, we have a policy on that, on how we handle it in a respectful way. We try to, quickly do our interviews, give everyone their moment, and then move on to the next so we get all the interviews that we want. And the way that they wrapped that by just like blatantly going over him and speaking to Chaperone was so disrespectful to him. And I'm so sorry that happened to him. And we love Babyface and Chaperone. So what do you guys think about this in the comments? Let's talk about it. That's all for me for trending up and trending down on Stall Talk.
What a great episode. I loved having my bestie Irmagaard on. So thanks for watching another episode of Stall Talk.
Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe on all our social media platforms. Bye, guys.
Bye.